Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Learn Together. I am your coach Kingmaker, and today we're going to be doing a live VOD review with Archer. How's it going, man?
Going good. Having a good day. Had to do some housework, but you know how it is. Got to earn that
Yeah,
gaming time.
yeah, 100% understand. So tell us about this game. You're playing something specific. This is a Blood Moon Shen support.
Yes, yes. Shen support. The reason I wanted to make the gameplay is because it kind of like I wanted to prove Shen support would work because I still play it now, not as much as I did when I first started playing Shen support. But I always got hate from literally everyone, just like, no, Shen support doesn't work. No, it's not viable. No, you shouldn't be playing it, stuff like that. And so I just wanted to show how viable it can be and how well it goes into the right matchup. And it's
Yeah,
really all about draft, like right here you can see the draft and how each team turned out. And that's where the game starts, if they had a lot more ability based champions, because if you look at this entire lineup, it's all attack
all
based,
AD. Yep.
all AD, all auto attack based champion. Tristana is pretty much useless against Shen because he just pops up his shield and she can't deal damage. You look at Lulu, she can shield and protect, but most of her power comes from buffing her allies' auto attacks.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
so even if she gives her pixie to someone, you're not going to take damage from that because it's blocking the auto attack. And so it starts at the draft, and if you can get a draft like this, then you can just hard carry.
I like
And so
I like the fact that you
yeah.
knew we needed a tank, and that's you decided to play something off meta.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shin support can work. I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah.
things that we've seen work that shouldn't, but they do. So I guess with that being said, let's jump into the game. Let's go
Yep.
ahead and scooch forward. All right, we're on the map.
I don't know why my phone records at such awful quality.
No, this doesn't look bad at all.
See, that ward right there was
Mm-hmm.
what was pretty bad because I wanted to place it up in the blue buff.
Yeah.
And so, but instead of walking back around to get away from Tristana, I just kept going because then I would have just walked into auto range and she could have just autoed me. But I didn't want to walk up there because I didn't want to get risked jumping on. See, right
Mm-hmm.
here, you could see Wukong up there, and I wasn't sure if he was up there or down here. And so I just kind of threw out the ward, kind of panic ward.
Yeah, it's not a terrible spot.
Yeah, I still get the river vision. It's not a great ward, but it's not a complete throwaway. I still
Yeah.
wanted to get a ward out. So right here, you just play safe. There's not much you can do as a Shen support, especially if you build boots first like me. I find it better to just have mobility and just move around the lane rather than just build your basic tank items, because you're not going to want to look for an engage anyway in the early stages of the game. And so I just like kind of just scooting around the lane.
Curious about something. Why? Let's see. Where is it at? Where does she throw the bomb on you at? Okay, here. Why not walk into your minions? This way it auto pushes back
Yeah.
towards you.
Well, I kind of wanted to keep it in the middle of the lane,
Okay.
because at this moment, if they're pushed up like that, if they're pushed up forward,
Mm-hmm.
there's not much I can do. Because you're not like Thresh, who you can set up a freeze and then you can go in. Plus, my jungler is up in his blue side, and so there's no point in starting a freeze now,
Mm-hmm.
because then by the time he rotates down, they're most of the time they're going to be able to break that freeze, and it's hard to keep it that long. And so instead of setting up the freeze now, I'm actually going to set it up later.
Surprised that they flashed here. They were
Yeah.
completely safe.
See, this is actually key to how I get first blood most of the time with Shen. Right there, I went on a Lulu because she was way too far up. Our Ashe was there full health. We were in a perfect position. And so I knew she's either going to burn flash or burn her heal. And she actually burnt both. And so now once I hit level 3, I can go in for a re-engage and she's not going to have any way to escape. And then Tristana is being really passive. And so if I engage onto Lulu again, like right here, this is right here, I go on, Tristana just leaves immediately. And then we get first blood on Lulu. And so she has no escape. I know Tristana's not going to help because she's too scared. And so it's easy first blood. And that first engage is what sets it up. And that's really just engage 101. You know, you use kind of a fake out engage to burn out their summoners, and then you use the re-engage later on to actually go for the first blood.
No, and you go through the minions. So I mean, in theory she's safe because she's in the middle of her minion wave. But you still land the taunt anyway, and the tank. You're so tanky that you're able to negate all that minion damage coming in.
Yeah, and also a lot of people forget, but his shield blocks minion attacks as well. And so if I put up that shield, I'm not taking damage from anything at that moment because Lulu, all she really does is buff Tristana's attacks. And so if Tristana's attacking me and Lulu's buffing her, I'm not taking any damage from that. And then the minions aren't doing damages either as long as my shield is up. But once that shield goes away, then that's when you got to walk away.
Why the recall here?
Honestly, at that moment, I was just like, Ashe can, set up a freeze. I want to get my boots now because they're going to come back with lane advantage and with item advantage. And so I need that extra protection because as a Shen, you are really squishy if you're not building your basic tank items. And so I wanted to get my boots now so that when I came back to lane, I wouldn't have that trouble of, if I mess up, they're going to jump on me and punish me.
Let's see. I don't know if there's anything that indicates that Ashe is going to set up a freeze at any point. She's just kind of just auto-attacking minions the whole lane. So I don't trust her wave mechanics.
Yeah.
What I'm wondering,
like as I'm recalling, she's just autoing minions.
Yep. And that's what I'm wondering if it would have been a better call to stay, kill these minions, and push it to tower and get a recall.
Yeah, it would have been because in a little bit, Set's going to get a double kill on Kale and Xin Zhao. And I would have been able to stop it because if I had stayed, I probably would have hit 5. And so I could have gone in. But you can see, like, I'm going to recall, and then Set's going to get a double kill as I'm coming back to lane.
Gotcha. So let that be a lesson. Push the lane out.
Yep. See, I was too worried about not having my boots for coming back to lane that I completely neglected this. And so that's on me. That's not on them. Like a lot of people could say, oh, they were being dumb. Like there was no reason for them to do that, but they weren't. Like that's on me. If I had stayed, I could have hit level 5 earlier.
Yep.
And I might have been able to save at least one of them and gotten the kill.
And you come back to lane with Locket.
Yeah. Well, not even Locket, just my boots.
No, you come with Locket. Right there. Ados popped up.
Yeah.
You come with Locket. Okay. Good job buying the steel whatever they're called, the boots. Steel plate.
Yeah, I pretty much always go steel caps. But unless they're like really AP heavy or ability haste
heavy.
Or
crowd control too.
But in that case, I'm really picky when it comes to drafting Shen. And so if I see their heavy AP base, I'm usually not going to pick them anyway. I'm going to go with someone else. And so I usually only ever pick them into drafts where I can just build steel caps and be fine with that. And so I don't really think of it much.
This part frustrates me so much, because we have the lane perfectly frozen and Ashe just auto attacks constantly. this is what happens when you have teammates that don't understand wave management. Um, I mean,
it's not too bad because the freeze kind of stays up a little
yeah.
for a little bit, but then right here it just completely breaks.
There's just no point to auto attack this. It's not safe, or it could be detrimental.
See right there, I just saw Tristana back up, and so I just pinged Ashe to attack and just went on the Lulu. And then again, Lulu buffs Tristana, and I'm just blocking her attacks. There's nothing she can do. And then Dragon's about to spawn, so we're just kind of waiting around, seeing if there's an ult opportunity.
So we know that we're going to push back off this. I probably would left Honeyfruit up right there. And I would be auto-attacking this cannon just so we can get it underway faster instead of just walking around lane. And then we get back. Okay, or Ashe just stays.
Yeah. No, as bad as Ashe's management is, she actually plays really well this match.
Okay. All right, objectives are up. Zin's coming in for a gank. There we go. I sell an ass of bang at work. I sell a lot of bang, a whole lot of bang.
See, at this point in the game, even though I have Locket and I have the protection, it's still very scary because you can get you could get collapsed on really easily. Even if you have someone like Xin Zhao protecting you, you know, if Set comes down, if Akshan comes down, there's a big chance they can kill me.
Why are we here? Are we playing River Shen?
Yes, we are.
Because we're out of EXP range, so...
At that point, we just didn't have vision, really, and so I wasn't sure whether to go in and risk getting collapsed on. And so I basically just used Jin Zhao as bait there. I basically just let him walk through first.
Okay.
And then I'm basically just trying to be as careful as possible.
There's a lot going on.
That was a very bad taunt. I think I only hit one person. We all have very bad positioning here.
Yeah.
But we actually do manage to turn this around just because we have so much damage and so much sustain.
Huh. So they didn't focus Ashe at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They don't focus the carries.
Yeah, that's one of the that's one of the problems for the enemy team. If you pick Shen support, Shen is you know, he's known for having a lot of damage and being able to really turn around fights.
Yeah.
And so they want to focus me, and because I'm in everything, they're like, "Oh, it's easy. He's right there. We can just kill him."
Yeah.
But then I dash out, and all my carries are.
Why are we going back here, not Rift Herald?
I have ult up.
Okay, that's fair.
So, I don't know why Ashe. I mean, Ashe is pretty low, but Kale can heal him. There's Honeyfruit available.
Yeah, I think you sneak Herald perfectly fine before anyone notices it, especially since Zen's back.
Yeah.
Tristana's bot lane. There's really nothing they can do other than try to steal it.
Yeah. I like that Ashe goes. I like that Ashe goes bot lane here instead of just coming with us because there's no reason for her to be with us, and so it's great on her part.
Oh, they steal it anyway.
Yeah. And then I rage ping Jin's smite. But if you look,
everybody's still hitting.
Yeah.
Why at this point? So I'm looking at it. the team should not be hitting Herald at this point. Everybody should be focused on this Wukong coming in, which it looks like.
I saved my taunt because I was waiting for him to reappear, and we get him, but you can actually see Jin Zhao still had 7 seconds left on his smite, and so he didn't even have it up. And so that is the problem. If we had just focused Jin Zhao, then we would have gotten it easy. We could have just killed him and then killed the Herald.
Hold on. Let's look here. I really think, let's see, Wukong's dead for 7 seconds. That's more than enough time to rush this Herald. So I think if we go Herald here instead of going back, then we get this Herald for free and we don't even have to contest.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we do at this point? What do we do at this point? We lose first objective on both sides of the map. We should have stopped all DPS on the Herald.
This was a bad ult, very bad ult. She backed up too much, and I thought I could go in, get a taunt, but it wasn't enough, and then I got her killed. Really bad on my part. Kale shouldn't have died there, and that's on me. We do get, I think, 2 kills here. Yeah, right there. She backs up, and Lulu backs up, and so
we missed taunt. Yeah.
Yeah. And there, you know, my shield is down. You know, my taunt was down. There was I had no way of peeling for Kale.
I'm thinking at this point, Kale is not going to. She's got to scale, right? She's not going to fight Set early. So we know that Set just had a double kill on both Kale and Xin Zhao. So I am not going in on Kale. I'd rather save that for Senna even. Okay, Lulu, what are you doing? Okay. I think you stay on action right there.
Yeah, I had lock it up. Yeah.
I think you turn on him and he starts to run away.
Yeah.
Or he just dives deeper. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Ash is fine where she's at.
Yep.
I'm assuming you're just hovering these two so that you can try to help in case anything happens.
At this point, there's no real plays to be made. My ult is down, so that I don't have the global presence at the moment, and so I'm just sticking around Jin and Kale because for right now they're the priority because Ash is good. You know, she's staying under tower. You know, Tristana and Lulu can't dive her because they're really behind.
See, that's what I was worried about. Like here, not right here. Action walks down, Set walks down. I'm assuming Ash is getting dove. Just because the enemies walk down, they're not on vision. Luckily, Action shows. Not Action, Set shows.
And then Set just walks out of the bush, just like, see ya. This is also a reason Set support isn't picked a lot. It's kind of really boring because it's a lot of this, just kind of hovering and roaming and just seeing what you can do for your team. Especially when your ult isn't down. Right now, my ult is up, and so I have a lot of kill pressure. And I actually didn't notice Kale and Wukong were fighting, but she actually got the kill.
What's love? Where's Lulu? Okay, she's 8. You're 8. Okay.
And then right here, I missed the taunt, but with Zeke's convergence, she's slowed down so much.
Yeah.
That she just can't get away.
Okay.
I'm low health. There's not much you can do. I honestly don't know. I missed a lot of taunts this match. Nowadays, when I play, I don't miss taunt as much. For a while, I just could not hit my taunt at all. For some reason, like for a straight week, I could not hit my taunt. Like I hit it probably like once every 5 times. It was really annoying.
So we need to recall and get vision down on Herald. I don't. They're going. Our team should be able to take Dragon.
Yeah.
So I'd probably rush Herald. Get vision down there. Maybe even kill the Scuttle Crab. Unless you're worried about it getting stolen again.
Yeah. At this point, that honestly, because we've seen that multiple times that's been stolen. Kale is actually the one that got it, which was pure luck, really.
I know you don't want to burn Flash for no reason, but I wonder if Flash taunt was the play here. Flash the wall, taunt the Wukong.
Yeah. Yeah. At this moment, I was just thinking about keeping my team healthy, and so I just wanted to get in and put the shield down. I wasn't really quite thinking of getting a pick.
Okay.
But then I saw Lulu was just a free kill.
Ash or Senna can go bot lane, 3 mid. That's good. Herald's free now.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to get top pushing because top's almost dead. There, so that'll equalize the pressure in that lane. Why aren't you in a control ward?
What?
Is this before control wars came out?
This is right before the patch came out. I think I recorded this like a week before the patch was actually released.
Okay. Yeah, just ignore them and go straight for the tower.
Yeah. I kind of chickened out there because there's not much vision, and then Lulu teleports in.
Who is Kale? Was Kale attacking? Was she hitting the tower? Or was she hitting set?
Yeah, she went for set.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just hitting set.
Okay.
If she had attacked the tower, we would have taken it easy.
Yeah, and that's what I was wondering. I think that was right.
Shen doesn't have the DPS to actually take towers quickly. That's actually changed now. I actually started running Demolisher on him.
Oh, yeah.
And then I get Kale gets killed.
Or Kale's dead, again. Yeah.
I have no way to peel for her. That's a big problem. With Shen support. Yeah. 1 HP.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for the Kale. She got divided. There was nothing she could do. The right call was to abandon the teammate at that point.
Yeah.
Wukong was like, oh shit, I shouldn't do this.
And you can actually see how much damage I'm taking from Lulu without my shield. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Like just 3 auto attacks and I would go from half health to 1 HP.
Might have been a waste on the whole. I know what you were thinking. You were thinking.
I was thinking Akshan would dive. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we just had that big fight over in the side. And so on top of that, you could think, okay, maybe Set is waiting back there, and
there he is.
He actually comes out, and so he could have came in to help Akshan dive, but he didn't. But it was a possibility, and so it wasn't
Better
really
safe
that
than
much
sorry.
of a waste. But it's better safe than sorry.
Yeah, someone's got to clean that top lane.
Yeah. Now at this point, you just kind of look for picks, because the thing about Shen support is he's not much of an engaged tank. His playstyle as a support is more in common with Akali more than anything, which is kind of strange to say, but like you want to kind of be a part of the backline and then engage, but rather than Akali who wants to engage and then get away, you just engage and you go for the pick, and you can just kind of stay in there because you have that freedom because you're a lot tankier.
So you'd rather wait for the team to engage and kind of play peel.
Yeah, and that's what this draft kind of helps with, because with Kale's ult, I can engage first and I don't have to worry about getting bursted down. And I also have Xin Zhao's engage, and he actually did really well. He engaged quite well throughout the match. And then
I don't think you need to back off here.
Yeah, we could fight, but Xin Zhao's low on mana. I have my ult up and Kale is top, and so I'm thinking I can go in, I can get my item, and then ult in if they try to turn on her. All in all, it's just playing safe.
Fair enough.
They have 4, and we only have 3. Kale is split pushing. And then I actually make a really big mistake here. I go for the ult, but my ult doesn't go off because I misplaced it. But then I go in late, and we get a kill on Tristana, but Kale still dies. And then I start lagging. My ping goes up.
Oh yeah,
at this moment for some reason. And then it goes away, and then it's just fine.
So we get a pick on their 80 carry, so that's a free dragon for us. Set's going back. Wonder why there's no pings on this dragon.
Yeah. I probably should have been pinging it, but I was too focused on like just being protection at that point. This was a wonky team fight for me specifically because I'm just in the middle of everything and I don't have my shield up because I used it on the engage, but nobody even focused me. At that point, they realized that they should be focusing everyone else and not me.
Yeah.
And so right here, I have my shield. Well, they actually, I use my shield there, but then they're like, okay, his shield is down. Now we can focus him. And then that's when they actually get me. But because I tanked that damage, then my team was able to clean it up.
If someone's watching this and you're the enemy team, you don't hit the Shen, you don't hit the Xin Zhao, you try to get past them, especially when Wukong went
that
for
that Ashe right there. That's your target. That Ashe is what's doing everything for us right now. Jhin is tanking up a lot of damage, but that's pretty much the extent of what he's doing.
And Ashe is just free firing. So is Senna.
Like she's getting off so much damage. And then Set ults Xin Zhao for no reason.
Yeah, that's a horrible ult.
Doesn't even ult them onto my team. He ults them away from everything.
Zin's like, thanks for saving me. All right, so we need to push. We need to get bot lane pushing, mid lane pushing. I don't think Baron's the call at this point. I don't know if you burn it fast enough. I mean, it's possible with Kale, but Scuttle Crab, yep. Kale needs to back off. Someone really need to catch that top lane wave. I think Ashe is going to do it.
Yeah.
That's how you stay ahead in gold, is you make sure you catch side lane waves. Nice
Yeah.
taunt. Ooh, yep. As I was wondering if you kept pushing for it.
Yeah. With Zeke's
This
active,
this
there's
should
pretty
be a
much
Barret
nothing.
call.
Yeah. Zeke's is such an annoying item on Shen. Because when you come out of that your ult and then taunt in, like there's really nowhere for them to go.
Why are you chasing this and not on Baron?
I'm honestly not sure. At this point, I was just like, it's it's one.
Yep.
Keep
Right there,
keep them
Baron.
away from the team. Yeah.
Wukong's dead. There's like, and that's the thing. It's gonna be so hard to catch action. Um,
Yeah.
he's just so
And
damn mobile.
at this point, I knew it, and so I was like gonna back off. But then Senna went in, so I'm like, okay, I gotta stay and make sure she doesn't get herself killed, because we're all ahead at this point, and so we're all worth a good bit of gold.
If she goes in, so you trying to save her is actually doing her a disservice, because she needs to know that she doesn't need to be there.
Mm.
She needs to know that she could die in that situation, especially if she does die, because
Yeah. So
Baron
like a
with
learning
Baron.
situation,
Exactly, and
let them figure it out themselves.
exactly. And one of the new videos that I'm doing is this person's trying to save their teammate, and you just let them die, because they're not going to learn
Yeah.
if you keep fixing their mistakes.
Yeah.
So they surrendered. I definitely think we should have went Baron here, um,
Mm.
blown this game open. If they didn't surrender, if it wasn't 21 to
Yeah.
10 and they didn't surrender.
Of course, if we
Um,
immediately went Baron, they probably might have even surrendered sooner.
yeah. Um, who broke? Oh, Kale broke all that in top lane. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So all right. How was this? Did you learn anything? Did we learn anything together?
Yeah. I learned a bit. Like, don't
Okay.
chase Akshan. Don't uh you know let
Don't chase
your
in.
teammates die. That's a big one. Let your teammates die, everybody.
If
No,
people
that's out
if
of context.
people
That's out of context.
Yeah, if people make dumb decisions, let them die.
Yeah.
They need to learn, because what we're doing is we're reinforcing bad habits or
Yeah.
bad traits, because we're
Mm.
negating what happens
Yeah.
if they don't do that. So, whenever I die and it's something dumb, I'm like, oh crap, I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, let them die. Let them die. What how'd you finish this game? 3-1 and oh, we don't have the
3-1 and 15.
3-1 and 15. That's not bad. So Shin, man, like I would have definitely liked to see you stay in lane a little bit more.
Mhm.
Um, I made the comment about River Shin. Um,
Yeah.
this was this was a huge, because we're just standing here
Mm.
in the jungle, just walking around. Uh, Granted, we get level 6 off that, but obviously one of the biggest plays where we really could have made the biggest difference was this lane push.
Yeah.
I think when we kill him, if we push this in, um, where's it at? If we just shove this wave in, like you said, you get your ultimate. I cannot find it. Where is it at?
Yeah, I think it's
No,
right
because you
here.
didn't have
No,
block it.
it's a
Yeah, you
little
didn't have
further
block
back.
it on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right there. It's right there.
Because did we get the pick? Yeah, we got the pick. So they're coming
Mhm, we
back
got
from
the pick.
lane. Shove this in. Help your AD carry shove this in. Both of you get the recall.
Mm.
You came back at level 5. You maybe save Set or Xin. Maybe you save both of them. You land a really nasty taunt. So that's an opportunity to learn from.
Mhm. So don't
Oh,
think selfishly, because
yeah. Well,
that right there was a very selfish thing to do. Because I was thinking, when they come back to lane, they're gonna have a more priority because they're gonna get their next items. And so I'm thinking I need to get my boots because I'm going to be really, really squishy.
Yeah, but so when we hit the if we pushed it to the tower, it's going to bounce back to us. So we will be back in lane in time by
Yeah.
the time the wave will be back on our side of the map.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
when it's time to shove, just make sure you're hitting the minions too. That's the only
Yeah.
time a support needs to touch the wave, which you know that. So
Yeah.
that one's out there for
It's
anyone
just,
out there.
it's one of those things where, you know, like, you're so scared to touch the wave because you don't know how the ADC is going to react. Because at this point, you know, I took first blood when I could have given it to Ashe. There was no reason for me to try and push and get the kill for myself, but I still did it. And so it's kind of like, you know, if you know, they could get mad, you know, I took first blood from them. There's a lot of things that, you know, could accumulate to them raging, because that's just what I've learned from my experience. You know, I've dealt with so many rude ADCs who get offended over the littlest thing that I do as a support.
Now that I'm watching this back, why not blast cone over the wall and go for the taunt that way?
Yeah.
Because we walk around and they end up burning it down before we can even get around the corner.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the blast cone.
That's okay. I mean, hey, we won, right? We take
Yeah,
those.
we take those. We take those. Yeah, being aware of your surroundings is good, because I didn't even realize the blast cone was up, even though it was right there.
Yeah.
Like, I was that out of focus that I just completely neglected it. Like, there's no reason for me to walk around. Like, you know, it shows the indicator and everything that I can use it, but I
Mm-hmm.
just was so
Focus,
my
tunnel
attention
vision.
was so focused on, okay, they're starting dragon. What do I do? That I didn't realize that the answer was like right there in front of me.
Yeah, I think
Just
if you
blast
and
cone
Zen,
in, taunt.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you and Zen both go over the wall, you maybe get this.
Yeah.
Especially if you lock up Wukong. But it's okay. We live and let learn.
Yeah.
That would have been a nasty taunt if you just angled it a little bit
Yeah.
different. But okay. Well, I guess we will cut it there. Thank you guys for watching this. Archer, thank you for coming
Yep.
on and doing this with me. I don't
Yeah.
normally do live coaching sessions because I like to think about what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And it just feels awkward, like sometimes doing it on the spot. But it's nice being able to talk to somebody, get their thought process,
Yeah.
and all that good stuff. So, all right, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah.